What's up guys, Metal Sweekin in here with another Valiant Dominion Dungeon Guide. Today we're doing Veteran Crypt of Hearts, and we will be doing it on hard mode too. We have another basic setup with me on the hills, Sami tanking, Einhorn and Adler on the DPS. For the sake of the video and to make it nice, sweet and short, I will be fast forwarding through the ad parts and going back to regular speed when the bosses come. Here's the first little mini boss in the dungeon, Ibblegaz. Pretty simple fight, there's not a lot to it. He's just going to summon a bunch of cauterizers that try and heal him and all that annoying stuff. So make sure you're bashing them or interrupting them so they don't do that. He also has an uppercut attack that's not too crazy, but get your tank to grab aggro on it anyways. How we usually do this fight is we'll just stack and pack on him and take everything down at once. Once he is dead, however, the ads will be the only thing you have to worry about after that. So just kill him and wipe the ads and fight over. Alright, so here's our first main boss in the dungeon, and I am honestly not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. So right off the bat, you're going to want your tank to grab aggro. There's a few mechanics you got to watch out for. The big one is every once in a while, one of your teammates will get cocooned, in which instance they're going to want to call out that they're cocooned so one of the other teammates can come and synergy button on them to get them out. The other thing is she will spawn a red AoE circle that kind of goes around the map. And you're going to want to watch out for that, because if you're inside of that, your health will get drained pretty quickly. There will also be a few spider ads that come out every once in a while, so make sure you're just ripping them down quick so that they do not become overwhelming. Get all those in check, and this boss fight is pretty simple. So after a little bit of door difficulty there, we'll come up to the next mini boss, which is really simple. Just get your tank to grab aggro on him. He does an uppercut that you do not want to get hit by, so make sure you're blocking that. He'll also shoot a ghost out from him that fears you, so do not get hit by that. A few skeleton ads will come out, so wipe those guys down, and that's all there is to this fight.
You're a tenacious lot. If you insist, I'll be happy to feed you to the blade.
Lambrus is the next main boss in the dungeon, so once you get here, you're going to want to choose one of these two figures. It doesn't matter which one, just choose one and get everyone on the team to DPS it down as quick as possible. Once you get one of their health down to pretty much 0, these two figures are going to combine and they're going to make the actual boss, which is just a huge bone colossus.
Let's show them how wrong they are.
Alright, so once the boss gets up, you're going to want your tank to grab aggro right off the bat, and what we usually like to do is have the tank turn the boss around, although it's not really a big deal. He doesn't do a lot of physical damage himself. Every once in a while, he's going to have 2 adds that spawn out on either side of him, which you can take down really quickly, although they don't do a lot either. This is his main thing, is where he's going to just throw a bunch of fire on the ground, so have your team run around like wildcats, whatever you got to do to avoid the fire, and have your healer just heal through it. That's all his mechanics to this fight. Just watch out for those few things, take the adds out when they come, and watch out for the fire.
Crypt will be your grave. I will ensure that. All that should concern you is that it comes with me. It convinced me of your betrayal, of the need for the students to pay for their insolence. On the contrary, this blade grants me the clarity I never had.
This is the mini-boss that you have to defeat in order to access the portal to Nearineth, which is the final boss in this dungeon. It's not too difficult of a fight, but you really need your team to spread out into 4 separate places before the fight begins. Once the fight begins, just get everybody to DPS the boss, have the healer heal through it. Nothing too crazy. What she's going to do is she will pick everyone up here in a second. So right here, she picks everyone up. You're going to want to roll back, but you don't want to be in 2 circles. You just want to be in 1 circle. If you're in 2 circles, you will die. So you see there, Adler and Sami kind of rolled towards each other, and they ended up being in each other's circles. So they actually both died. So it's really important to spread out in this fight. If you can do that and make sure everyone spreads out and rolls back in the right spot, then this fight is really easy.
Cease this madness. My friends have defeated your horde. Lay down your blade. You so love the sound of your own voice. Couldn't you see the blade wanted you here all along? The blade? I can hear the whispers from it. Like a divine, so many lines. The blade hungers for you, for the connection between us, and I give it gladly.
Alright, so here is Nearineth, the final boss in the dungeon. So if you're doing this on normal mode, it's a pretty simple fight. However, if you're doing it on hard mode, it is quite a bit more difficult, which I will explain in a second. So right when he comes up, have your tank grab aggro, because he's going to shoot these little orbs at you that are going to do chunks of damage. So if your tank has aggro on that, all the better for the rest of your team. One of his phases, he will shoot lich crystals out of the ground that explode and do damage. So there are these little red circles here, so if you can avoid these, the better off you are and the happier your healer is going to be. One of his big abilities that he does is he will teleport and he will reappear here in a second, and there will be a red circle on the ground. You need to get out of that red circle right there as quick as possible, because if it hits you, it could quite possibly kill you. It does a lot of damage. Another huge thing here is he shoots a skull at somebody like that, and it doesn't matter if your tank has aggro, he's just going to shoot it at whoever he wants, and you need to block that or roll out of the way of it, because if you get hit by it, that could kill you in a one-shot as well. So if you're doing this on hard mode, you have to keep 4 wraiths alive until he grabs the ebony blade. So you could actually have enough DPS to DPS him before he even gets any ghosts out, let alone 4, because he only spawns 2 at a time. So be careful of that. He'll grab the ebony blade at around 35 to 40% health. So right off the bat, we just had our tank grab aggro on those 2 ghosts right away because we have enough DPS. to not have to kill the first couple. So keep going through all of his phases. He'll grab the next 2 ghosts here. So now we have 4 ghosts out. Our tank is grabbing aggro on all 4 of them, and he is just going to kite them around while I try to the best of my ability to heal him until we get the Nearineth down to 35 to 40% health.
Try my patience.
So now he is grabbing the Ebony Blade. We want to try and make sure that we do not kill any of these wraiths before he actually has it in his hand. So now he finally has it in his hands. So we're going to go crazy and we're going to try and get these ghosts down as quick as possible. This will happen throughout the final phase of his fight, where everybody is just going to get stunned to the ground. He's going to choose one person, and he's going to do this, where he just raises them up in the air, and that person that gets picked up can synergy to try and resist, but the rest of your team will need to come up and DPS him down as quick as possible to let you go, because he will actually have a shield, and if you don't take that shield down in time, the person that gets picked up in the air will get killed. That is all there is to this fight. If you're doing it on normal mode, you obviously don't have to worry about the ghosts. You can just kill them straight away. It does make it a lot easier. However, if you're doing it on hard mode, just keep at it. You will eventually get it. And best of luck to you.